Dana Point. Ocean breezes, million-dollar views, and the type of real estate data that makes your head spin faster than a non-fighter pilot in a fighter pilot centrifuge. Hi, I'm natenecochea, your real estate agent who keeps it real, in a mostly fun way. Let's talk about what's hot, what's not, and why this market feels like the plot of a Christopher Nolan movie. Confusing, but somehow thrilling at the same time. All right, let's break it down by market segments because apparently real estate likes its drama in categories. At the top of the food chain, the top tier weighs in at a median price of just over $20 million, with a median of 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, and just enough room for your pet tiger. Next, the upper tier, coming in with a median price of $7.45 million, with a cozy median of 4 bedrooms and 5 baths. And then we have the lower tier, which in Dana Point is kind of the middle class of luxury. This tier has a median price of almost $3.7 million, and the homes in the bottom tier in Dana Point have a median price of $1.7 million. Basically a steal, right? But here's where it gets wild. Let's talk the days on market. If you're selling a $20 million mansion, you've got time for yoga retreats and yacht shopping before it sells. Meanwhile, the bottom tier homes are like, hey, I'm cheap, I'm chic, I'm out of here. But here's the breakdown. The median days on market. All right, for the top tier, we're looking at 67 days, upper tier is 94 days, lower tier is 85 days, and the bottom tier is just 34 days. These are basically Usain Bolt in house form. Now let's talk the market action index, or as I've come to think of it, the who's winning meter. Spoiler, sellers are throwing haymakers in the bottom tier, where the MAI is a whopping 66.64, a very strong seller's market. The top tier, it's more like a slow motion sparring match. It's sitting at 35.7. But even though we're seeing a seemingly huge disparity, keep in mind a balanced market has a rating of 30. So even the ultra luxury homes in Dana Point are giving a slight advantage to sellers. The translation, if you're buying luxury, you've got an inkling of leverage. But if you're looking at the bottom tier, get ready to throw some elbows. The demand is pretty fierce. All right, let's talk pricing drama. Properties with price increases are living their best lives in the bottom tier at 7.74%. Clearly, the underdogs are overachieving. Meanwhile, the upper tier barely budges at 0.99%. Like, come on, put some effort in here. But here's the twist. Price reductions. Upper tier and lower tier homes both come in over 34% in terms of slashing prices. But don't get too excited. That isn't a holiday price cutting scenario because remember, in a normal market, we see 30 to 35% of listings get a price decrease. So right now, the top and bottom tiers are doing better than normal, with both coming in at under 28%. That's just a sign that buyer demand in Dana Point is heavily focused on those two tiers. Not to say buying a $20 million home wouldn't be cool. It's just that the buyer pool is a lot smaller. Now let's take a quick look into the percentage of homes relisted. This one is always interesting when we break it down by market segment. Here we're looking for relists to be under 10% in a normal market, and it looks at the percentage of homes coming back to the market after either failing to sell or failing to close escrow. In Dana Point, the top and upper tiers are well within normal, so sellers and buyers in those segments are actually agreeing on something. It's the lower and bottom tiers we need to be watching. With the lower tier coming in at almost 21% and the bottom tier coming in at 15%, it could be a cause for concern. Either fix and flippers are in their flip phase, or sellers were feeling quite ambitious about demand for their home, or a ton of homes that fell off the market months ago are back. Overlaying the relisted data with the price increase data has me leaning toward flippers. In both categories, the lower and bottom tiers are the anomalies, and those anomalies are consistent with those dang investors. Just kidding, y'all. I love you. Call me. So what does all of this mean for you? Well, if you're selling, the lower and bottom tier markets are your golden ticket. Buyers are biting and inventory is scarce, but you have to price right. If you're too proud, your home might become just another decreased statistic. I really think homes between the lower and upper tiers are kind of in a sweet spot. Based on the MAI, which again compares inventory to demand, I see a lot of opportunities for sellers in those ranges, not only based on the data, but also because those are the middle of the Dana Point market. So you have a good mix of demand and buyer pool size. But if you're buying, bring your A game. Especially if you're looking at those bottom tier homes. Those are selling faster than Taylor Swift tickets. Well, whether you're buying, selling, or just here for the chaos, Dana Point's market has a little something for everyone. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another episode of WTF Dana Point. See you next time.